Welcome, friends. Welcome once again. Yes, now uh, the word is like-minded, like-minded. When I say this word like-minded, I mean to say I'm talking about someone who thinks on the same terms like me. Our point of view matches to some extent, not exactly because two people are different. Like in those days, earlier days, when there were no digital watches, digital clocks. We used to say two wrist watches don't match. There used to be some difference, slight difference in terms of seconds or something. So it was a proverb during those days that two watches don't tally, two watches don't go along, yeah. But like-mindedness means what? When two people think on a same term, roughly on a same term. Suppose there is a kind of a situation which has arisen, out of sudden. It may be somewhat emergency, it could be anything similar, or even for that matter any event at such. And suppose two people are said to be uh, that kind of representatives, who would give this kind of answer or somewhat similar to this, because when we call people we expect answers from them, because we don't fall flat in front of the viewers. So we have a planning before we execute any idea. Yes. So what we think, suppose we expect some kind of answer, suppose we expect a set of answers, and we don't want anyone, a different person, who would give a different answer, and which would become a cumbersome situation for us to control, to command over, because it's a live show, and it's gonna be recorded, or sorry, it's a live show. It's gonna be shown, it's gonna be transmitted on air. So we really cannot, afford to have a loophole anywhere. So there's a planning which is going on, and these people, it's a hypothetical example, guys. It's not fact, okay? It's fiction. I'm learning something. There's only myself here, so I feel all the way much better to speak because I'm with myself. Yes, tomorrow it may so happen that some people might find this recorded version of this live streaming great. Otherwise, also, I have no regrets. So, when we have organized a particular event, in that case, we expect a set of answers. Yeah, so we require like-minded people, right? Hmm? Like-minded, because that's what is happening now. Some people are choosing like-minded people because they don't want any contradictory actions, they don't want contradictions. Yes, so they are looking for like-minded people. Like-mindedness is up in the air. Yes, everyone would watch, everyone would back me if I say so. People are only hankering for like-mindedness because they really cannot afford to have any contradiction, any opposition, any resistance of any kind whatsoever. So it's like-mindedness. Yeah. To liken somebody means what? To admire someone, to feel comfortable in the company of someone. To liken. Liken means what? Yes, to compare one thing or person or another and say they are similar. Life is often likened to a journey. Oh, liken something, liken somebody to something. Somebody, sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, I cannot use this word in terms. Okay, see, I'm learning. Please forgive me. Liken, to like means what? Yes, I like this book, I like these trousers, I like this color. Yeah, but liken means what? Liken. Okay, liken. Okay, so the different to like and liken. I am learning this. It's a gift for me. This particular session is a gift for me because I come across a new word. Of course, I must have read it earlier because I put a Starbucks over there. But over this, especially this particular phase was really melancholic for me, especially from November 2024. Yes, when I first time came across the blow, and I didn't, in fact, I felt the blow for the first time in the month of November. Before that, I don't know which kind of blissful atmosphere. They say blissful ignorance, there's a term blissful ignorance. Actually, there's a danger, there's a peril, but don't feel it, yeah. It's only when there's outburst of something, outburst of outburst of violence, whether it is verbal violence, physical violence, or sentimental violence, or whatever. It's only then you realize, oh my God, what I was doing for all this while, yeah. So in the month of November, I realized it. From then onwards, I have started. First of all, I left it, I chucked it off, but then particular identity, that element is crossing my way, and I'm pushing it away, yeah, because I don't want it anymore. I really don't want it anymore, yeah. Someone's calling me. Please give me 2 minutes. It could be my friend Terence Pereira. Sorry, Terence Pereira. I will take his number later on. Yeah, because I'm in the middle of speaking to you. So what I was saying, yeah. So such things are bound to occur, and I'm jinxed, yeah. In fact, I'm jinxed. One person goes, second one comes. There is a chair, continuous, the chair is empty always, Someone or other has to occupy this chair. Ever since my childhood, I have noticed it, There are 2, 3 chairs in front of me. Someone or other has to occupy those chairs to trouble me, to torture me, to target me, to tarnish my image. Yes, the faces differ from time to time, but the chairs are constant. So I'm really used to this phenomena. It doesn't scare me, it doesn't surprise me, it doesn't astonish me. I'm absolutely neutral to this phenomena. Yes, because the chairs are there ever since my childhood. God has been there to watch me, and God has taken care of me. God has always taken me out of the puddle of confusion and the puddle of those negative energies very, very effectively, smoothly, without having any bruise mark on my body. Yes, so I'm really, really thankful to the Lord for safeguarding me ever since I was a small child. Yes. Let's come back to a point. Liken. Okay, liken is a word which is different from like. Okay, to liken means what? Liken something, liken somebody to something, or liken somebody. Formal, it's a formal word. Yeah, it can be used only in formal conditions, not informal. Yesterday I was talking about formal words. In the formal words, then slang words and taboo words. Taboo words are related to sex, which are not at all useful when it comes to studying, learning inside colleges, universities. Yes, alma maters, we call alma maters, alma mater means all the place where you study. Okay, if you go for a picnic and all, with your in your casual, absolutely casual atmosphere, you can use taboo words. All right, over there it's all right. Yes, I don't say never use taboo words, but it's official. It's allowed. It's allowed. Not official. It's allowed. It's bearable, understandable. Yes. In that kind of atmosphere, when you're on a picnic mood, and you are wearing all casual clothes, bikinis and briefs and all, use taboo words. How much ever you use slang language, taboo words, you really don't have to use official language that time. You don't have to be formal, you don't have to be even what you call, informal. You can cross all limits. You can check formal class, you can check even the informal class, and you can come. There has been disturbance, sorry. You can check the formal category, you can check the informal category, you can start with slang category, and you can go ahead with taboo words also. There is no harm, absolutely, as long as you're only speaking. Don't have any physical, physical misbehavior. I would never, I would never recommend physical misbehavior, especially with women. Yeah. All right. So liken means what? We already seen. Okay, to compare one thing or person to another and say they are similar. Okay. Now I want to use, because I want to learn this particular word lichen. Okay, it's very difficult for me, to guess lichen. And there haven't been any examples also. Quite unfortunately, life is often likened to a journey. Okay, see, liken, yeah. Life is always likened to a journey. I don't know why I never ever use this word. I always talked about comparing. You cannot compare this with that. It is not comparable with that. It is not compared with it. Yeah. I mean to say, travel by air is not compared with the voyage. Yeah, I mean, in both ways are crossing distance. First of all, there is a great difference as far as speed is concerned. Secondly, the state of travel, when you're traveling by water, by sea, there's a bumpy movement of the boats, and there is a seasickness. Of course, some people are really scared of, flight. And if that is so, then first, when there's a first takeoff, when they travel for the, when it's their first maiden flight, that time itself they'll come to know that they have air sickness kind of a thing. They will start throwing, and the air sickness backs also, because in flight you can